of defaulting coming in from the side of NAVI. 4 players outside of B main, 1 player SUYGETSU holding on A main. Oftentimes you see them try to peek out for cNed to get a peek early on B, even on pistols where you know that the players have studied your other side. Just making sure there's no pushes going on the map right now for NAVI, and there isn't. But look at crashies posted up with ardiis inside of middle. ardiis has that sheriff in a spot where he has the dash too and really can bait crashies who's playing anti-flash. If NAVI choose to go up in that direction, that could be devastating. But I feel like with the entire movement that they've had so far, it's really been making sure they're not pushing in mid and then reapproaching this B side. SUYGETSU's even joined them.
I mean, they even have trips out on A main, so you're absolutely right. Making sure there's no pressure coming in where they don't expect. And now they can turn their eyes towards B.
So slow. Camera out to initiate.
And it hasn't been cleared. They've heard it, but they don't know it yet. You see the Haunt already hitting the site, and cNed is the first to enter. He's also the first to draw blood. Traded right back, and they're all lit up. How many targets can crashies drop? None. Numbers heavily in favor of the attacking side. As they've now gotten the spike out, they should be able to secure the plant.
It was so labored though to get through B main there. They didn't want to challenge that dart. Still with the advantage for NAVI though.
See the Prowler making sure there's nobody pushing upstairs. As the spike ticks. Looks like FiNESSE is going to try to make a play, but it seems like they're ready for it. They're waiting off of the flash. The timing on that was beautiful. How much more can they find?
Oh, and that was important for them to hold on, for that lane crossfire to go through. They had to fall off.
They have burned some time here, though. Don't really have the luxury of that. With Shao getting 2 massive kills, it's gotten significantly more difficult.
And the reposition's perfect.
Just FiNESSE now. And he's surrounded. Yeah, he was spotted. A 3K for Shao.
That's great.
That's just such a complete roster. There really doesn't feel like there are weaknesses that you can hit at or poke at. And maybe if you want to get exceptionally critical, you talk about the fact that they seem to experiment a bit more than others do, but I mean, their pedigree of success is evident.
And so this is anti-eco against NRG right now.
Yeah, if you are just joining us, we did lose the HUD for just a moment, but it is a 1-0 lead.
Pistol went to NAVI. And looking right now, you can see Classic for Victor as well. They do have a semi-stack coming in this direction. 4 players as crashies rotate over too.
And Sam is tucked on the other side of the cage. First kill going over in favor of the shorty. The Haunt giving his position away though. And now Victor swinging out, trying to make a play happen, and he cannot. Now it's all left down to ardiis to rotate back towards the site where he's going to be greeted by 4 members of NAVI.
Spike planted.
His position to do his best if they ended up hitting that B site, but mostly just stay alive as long as possible. And now that it's flipped over, a very, very good anti-eco from NAVI.
Really, yeah. Go on this ride together.
Oh!
And ardiis is taking a ride into the next round already.
Just a dry swing. And that's important for cNed to get going right there before ardiis gets the op up. Not having it in this 3rd round.
And that's, I mean, that's a matchup and a clash we're going to keep a close eye on because, again, there's so much history here. But the first duel going over. Ooh! Great response out from NRG, though.
And the flash as well to delay. It gives so much time for Sam and Victor to fall off of that angle and set up for a 2nd hit.
Yeah, that paranoia was very nice.
So they've switched and taken advantage here. Especially crashies' drone is clearing out Cat right now.
Did it spot anyone? They were just on the other side of the peak. Perhaps some misinformation depending on the timing.
Right now, NAVI waiting as well for Shao's cycle of his Haunt to come back up as well. Maybe could be used in conjunction with cNed and a smoke of some kind. Not now that you've got that knife hitting cNed.
And he gets the kill.
That's not supposed to happen there. That spot where he's jump spotting from, he should be able to tuck very fast. There's the Haunt and the smoke that I was talking about, not pinging anybody.
FiNESSE is pacey on this one, but by the time he shows up, the round may be over. Just crashies on A right now as the spike gets planted.
Spike planted.
Can he find the timing? Can he find the space? Position already betrayed. He swings around, gets the first, and that's well done. He's done the damage he was looking for, and now crashies, you're right, has joined the fray. A Prowler in his face.
And that actually spots both there because he shot his weapon.
Time is short. The swing up from crashies is there, and crashies gets both.
Of course it's crashies.
Who else?
To start to pressure, but no, just looking. So much actually called out from Victor right there because of this smoke that just got put out. It's a lot earlier than anything Navi's done so far. They've been so slow every round.
It really just seemed like Navi wanted to explore slowly. As you were saying, explore the middle of the map and then reset. They poked and they prodded, and now they proceed towards A. Victor's already gotten a good bit of info. The paranoia, flash to counter.
Oh, he can't nade him off now.
ardiis is in a really good spot. Yeah, the spam is there for the second. Third in the cloudburst, not found. But numbers heavily in favor of NRG. What can SUYGETSU do to equalize? Nothing found. ardiis with 3.
Looking for cNed. He's low on the site.
This would be such a difficult round for Navi to equalize.
And they do knife cNed's position too, so he can't use the uncertainty element anymore. Shao's got to make a play. He has recovered the spike though.
He is known for making plays. An opportunity to do it here early in this best of 3. Early on Ascent.
They're stuck though. They're stuck on the site.
What may feel like a stalemate still just is so heavily in favor of NRG, given the numbers advantage, given the fact that time is short, but they still managed to get the spike down.
1 enemy remaining.
Just like that, the numbers dwindle. Shao spotted too because of the dart. He's cleaned up. ardiis gets 4 in another round.
Sort of thing they did in the last round that Victor called out they were doing. The alarm bot is there for Navi to break. But with that smoke, they're not interested actually in trying to fight through. They don't quite have the util to do so.
This is interesting here. They've put ardiis up so aggressively towards B. He's got the dash procced. There is a member close by. That's Shao on the other side of the wall.
I know exactly where you are.
ardiis tempts fade and then gets away.
One tap from that Vandal. And challenges cNed again. Head-to-head battle. Going in favor of cNed so far.
Blades finding value. But what did Navi do off of this?
SUYGETSU
has slipped the net. You're absolutely right. And you got Zyppan close by, but Victor is not going to be spotted. He's in a position to make a play here. Does he go checked? No, he does not.
Should be tradable, but they fell off of Cat in the meantime.
A second chance at life here as they swing out and apply pressure out onto Shao. They decide to overwhelm him and bully him.
You saw both players from NRG jumping to try to get that cross going.
Planted.
Little miscommunication, but it still works out.
Now door cleared. And an opportunity for NRG to attempt this retake with a little bit of misdirection.
Nobody breaks the dart.
Trampoline out, they want to go ahead and cNed done. It's just Zyppan down in hell. Looking for a target, looking for an opening, and gosh, I thought he was going to land that shot. But Victor's moonwalk gets him the round.
They want to set up FiNESSE and Victor down bottom mid. And that's an absolutely brilliant shot from ardiis. Taking down Zyppan is such an important tool, especially dependent on the ult cycle that starts to come up at this round 6. They've left FiNESSE, they've inserted him down in the bottom of mid. Especially if they start to see Victor's position. ardiis, again, maybe on that B main, maybe fires off a shot. If they want to pivot late in the round, FiNESSE is going to be absolutely brutal.
Hey, he's been known for ratty positions, ratty kills. Timing's great, and there's another.
And that Shao Prowler is literally intended to stop a flank right there, but the timing's slightly off. And the redrone to get him even more space. And again, they'll take the A side, but NRG has retook 3 times already.
And it seems like they're well poised to do it again. A 5v3 here. They have 4 ults to play with.
Ooh, a tree, though.
It's ardiis who got that one. It looked funny for a moment. cNed is overwhelmed. He's surrounded. He's got bullets from all sides. And there's just nothing they can really do to convert.
Good attempt from Navi to back up and try to play together there. But once again,
ardiis
NRG
has much bigger weaponry in the op. And it seems like he's going to get tested early.
And the tools just get even better here. On the side of NRG in terms of those ults. And in terms of the playstyle that they're going for so far, really heavily posturing over towards B. And retaking every round on A really nicely. But allowing that site take to come through.
Now, Navi have explored mid a couple of times, but then they reset. They don't necessarily commit to this area of the map, and it seems like this time they want to.
This turret in B main allows ardiis to be very happy to take this angle.
Dash proc, position given away, and what a shot from cNed.
Is that 3-0 right now for the man? FiNESSE is here to cover, so it's not the end of the world. Ooh. But this TP from Angel's in their spawn. You never expect that.
He was behind them.
You expect that to go backside every time.
crashies with 2 massive kills to try to normalize things for now.
Do they both get guns? Yes, they both pick them up. Only a Guardian from Shao, actually. But they both get in sight, too. They can play together.
That might be enough. It's going to be Shao who's going to have to do it on his own. Now switching over to the Phantom, a 1v2. The threat of the spike, and now the reposition from the initiator. 1 down.
30 seconds left.
And a bullet fired on the second. Should have a good idea of where Sam is.
Time to play. Plenty of it.
Remember Sam walking amongst giants, in a position to make a name for himself on the international stage now. What a massive clutch this would be, but can he deliver? Shao patiently biding his time, and Sam reads him. There it is.
Odin
There's the dart,
spam.
there's the flash. There's the spam, and there's the kill.
And he also has the possibility of ulting even further, especially how NAVI's not taking map control very early. He gets a tag here. He should be comfortable going for this.
And he is. First tag, second tag, and I believe he's
all
all
seen
another.
it.
Yep. Damage dealt. I mean, crashies. Yes, there was help off of the additional utility, but what a round.
It's crazy, too, that NAVI didn't react to what was going on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a play that's been run by NRG and everybody else on this map for so long. Not quite something that you see often in EMEA, but NAVI should definitely be ready for that. And you can see Angel trapped in that position. And also the fact that NRG has been giving them a lot of room to take that mid control early, it definitely is something that they talked about in the timeout. That is working, that we're getting that space. We're going to continue taking it. And they've swapped everything.
A wild call on the other side of the break.
And even crashies following up, they swapped the position, put the alarm bot close. He could have used his ult off of that if he didn't use it earlier, but now as well in mid to spam.
Excellent club up from Zyppan.
They always recover these situations somehow.
Oh boy, you went the wrong way. Sam cleans him up.
A blunder from the Turkish Jet. The original dynamic Jet player. Not quite working out, but the flash does clear. Have been instantly traded back from ardiis, though.
And now Zyppan the last to stand, and he's so weak.
Shorty's coming at him.
1v4. Brutal scenes there as NRG are going to get another.
This is because now you have the players who want to re-clear A, so they want advance notice of that cat push, and also ardiis peeking over towards B.
Yeah, he's been here before, yeah. cNed was ready for it this time. Yeah, the drone also helped give a cue.
Oh, Odin spam.
Nothing found from crashies.
Somehow, some way, cNed is getting the best of ardiis in almost all of their engagements, but ardiis is doing still such a great job in this map. While the head-to-head, not going to favor him potentially at the end of this half. The scoreline between the two teams definitely will, and he's a big factor in it.
crashies is holding a very precarious angle here, and he's by himself. He has no exit. Not able to land any shots. In the face of the Prowler, he falls.
Great swing, but they did get a knife suppress on the rest of the NAVI players, so it does slow them down.
All committed from Sam. They're all B. They're all anchored together, huddling in on the side, trying to hold the line. It's a 1-for-1 as FiNESSE manages to get 2 massive kills. But NAVI finally break. Early nightfall used. cNed wanting to go aggressive. FiNESSE right above you. Done.
And that's an upgrade for a weapon there, too. That right click's so important to be using as a util.
ardiis pulled out the blades of his own as crashies falls. Looking for some high ground, looking for a kill. It's actually Victor who cleans it up. Back to the reliable op now. Zyppan commits to the spike plant. Victor going aggressive, trying to apply some pressure, but Shao holds the line. Does ardiis go here? A 1v2? No, he can't handle it.
Get the upper peak.
cNed has had ardiis' number.
I mean, that's disgusting.
What a beautiful setup.
And the thing, too, is if you updraft the... Playing with fire here, NRG. He doesn't move from the spot until later.
Wow. I mean, what confidence.
Again, that updraft, if you do it at the start of the round, you can potentially hear it. So sometimes you just updraft and glide as the round starts. But either way, that's a dynamic way to do it. Definitely messes with the timings.
Absolutely.
Bomb grenade out.
FiNESSE looks like he's going to be the first to contact here on B. You hear the ult used out.
Victor.
And he's close by. Sam's in a big spot. Only able to get one. No follow-up on that.
That was definitely a moment he could have gone for more, and Sam is explosive as the controller player. When he finds himself in positions like that, you definitely could put him good for 2. They'll get the ult up, but the lockdown is going to prevent them from going B. Doesn't matter though. Angel has been interested in going A this entire time.
They held a little bit too before they committed the ult, splitting their numbers, and then
Last player
committing out onto that. Now crashies left alone in a 1v4.
There's nobody near right now.
19 seconds left. It's got to be Pacey, but he takes the fight.
See how much this matchup is delivering so far.
And it's just the first half.
No big ults, only Angel, but he's been finding some creative ways to use this season.
And just remember, it was a couple of rounds ago that he ulted behind FiNESSE.
It's tough on LAN, especially with an audience like this, to hear that cue. Not just the ult voice line, but where that ult is being placed.
Yeah. Note, that's the same smoke.
Same ult. And that's great because you actually are preventing people, especially crashies. His lineup there is inside of that smoke. So he's looking to actually cancel Angel while the rest of the players just spam him. He shows up on the radar because of that.
Second smoke used, and they cannot gain any traction. They cannot gain any space.
Spike planted.
Forcing NRG to hold for just a moment before they attempt their retake.
It's crazy that the answer here for NAVI this half has been to just hit B.
Victor has a knife, but there is a SUYGETSU on the prowl.
Hasn't happened this entire half, this lurk.
His timing may be everything here. He has no idea. Never had a shot. The second shot delivered from SUYGETSU. 4 on the round and 6 for NAVI. An opportunity.
Fast B. They invest their flash. They invest a lot in that early hit. Is there a second stage? Because I don't see a second flash. Yes, Victor's got one. But you can see, Shao was already ready to counter whatever hit might come out. NRG had to cancel, and they do. Plenty of time to pivot. And obviously FiNESSE was on the other side of the map. Potentially just looking for a pick there. Maybe expecting cNed to go aggressive on that B side.
FiNESSE is about to have his hands full. 2 on the other side here, shoulder spotted from Angel. Then Nano's going to create some space and buy some time. Meanwhile, NRG go pacey towards A through Cat. They've got them surrounded and they're backing out. They're canceling again.
The smoke came just in time there from Angel. Both sides of the hit canceled right now. There's a crossfire between SUYGETSU and Shao.
Such a dynamic call. Right on time. That haunt didn't miss. That haunt missed. That was supposed to tag them all up. You can see they were ready to clear it, and now Shao left in the smoke. Trying to clear, trying to spam. Oh, but NAVI have been able to hold the line. They get 3.
Huh?
Down B.
The 4th tagged up. Sam trying to make a play by himself, and he does. They've tried to equalize it, and once again, it all falls onto Sam in a 1v3. No armor, just a ghost. He's got the spike close by. He should be able to get it down. No immediate threat, and he tucks in the smoke. Not understanding there's a player right above him.
Yeah. That is crazy from NAVI there. Spam through.
Find you.
Shao again trying to get that haunted ping. Not quite able to do it. Is there backup here? No. Shao's alone waiting for cNed, but they don't punish. And the flash as well from Angel to defend his position still.
Now you see cNed has filled the space to help a little, provide some cover. Spike's going to rotate back towards A, and once again, it seems like we've got a split on our hands. Remember, the last time they tried this, it was canceled. They threw the brakes on it and then pivoted away.
It was canceled, though, because NAVI had a great response at it to slow it down.
What's the response this time? You imagine it won't be as labored. It's just pistols for NRG here.
I mean, they've set up Angel in a great position right now. cNed, if he gets the spam off, if he gets spotted, Angel can peek out, but he gets deleted by Victor's Classic.
From a distance, too. But now cNed making his presence known up in heaven.
Yeah, that flood through the door as well, so good from Zyppan. And they'll have to opt to go for
30
orbs.
seconds left. Last player standing.
Anything that they can find, anything that they can get, as NAVI seem to shut the door on another round. Put themselves up 2.
And again,
you hear that utility soaring through the sky. cNed, understanding there's pressure, procs the dash, wants to go aggressive, wants to take an angle. And a life with it.
That was
Not
a
able
lot
to
of
do
repeat.
that. Oh!
That's so nice from cNed.
I thought he had a kill there.
Yeah, at least he gets some damage done. But just pressuring with that haunt so good. And can he get the timing off on this? I thought maybe he would have walked through. Yeah, maybe with the flash. SUYGETSU's joining him. This could be dangerous.
Just found him, B-Main, and now he's swinging out mid. FiNESSE's turret gets a kill. NRG able to keep him back for now as they get 3, make that 4.
So much util there. And nothing actually found except for Angel. Excuse me, Zyppan, the final person to push way late. He was the first guy to flash into that. And there was the flash from Angel and Cat as well. Shao, what can he find?
Spike planted.
Find a little bit of damage there on the receiving end of it. And he's heard. You've got a dart.
They know he's fridge.
Yeah. You've got Sam close by. I mean, they've got the guy spotted.
I mean, Sam could just walk over and eventually spam him if he so wanted to.
Now it feels like the game begins as cNed's able to get another kill.
And that was a flash obscuring the haunt for him to go with it.
Oh, the trip!
Oh my goodness.
How is he alive? How is he alive?
Somebody broke the trip for him. Came back down to earth.
ardiis swinging around, 8 bullets. Not able to land them. SUYGETSU still healthy. Shao from up top helping, providing a little cover. Sam's been spotted. How bold does he get? Bit too bold, perhaps. It's crashies once again in a 1v3, looking to collide, and he does!
His team. At least this iteration of it, those moments are why. Again, he's the reason why they qualified to Tokyo in the first place. Clutching out against Cloud9, up trapped again. This haunt is so good.
I don't know how he didn't land that shot there. It was close. As quickly as he goes in, he goes out, he goes away. Blades not finding their mark.
Scouting mission for the Sheriffs. Only find the alarm bot, so NRG secures the situation. Another re-clear. Flash from Zyppan potentially. He gets suppressed though.
Not able to clear it out.
Not only did he get suppressed, but they got the information. I wonder there if Victor heard them fall off.
Because they rotated quickly. I mean, they scurried out of there.
It's crazy too, because they're playing mind games. It sounded like they were going to go for a stack if Victor was in position to hear. Instead, they fall back immediately towards A. Now they're hearing for sure what Angel's planning.
30 seconds left.
Sam's ult cleared out.
There's no way they hit. They heard everything.
crashies
heard everything.
Yeah, he's in a position to get a free kill here too, and he does. And now anchoring in a spot to cut off the rotates as well. And NAVI without fully understanding what's before them. Is it a B hit with ardiis here? Is it A? You just saw crashies mid. Just enough. And ardiis, excuse me, gets 4. NRG. And what a start. Remember, this is in the face of a half that should not be going this way, but they've managed to put together 3 rounds, take the lead back. But can they hang on to the momentum? Ult used early. And crashies is so far back, he's not affected by it.
Zyppan's dodged at the trip!
Again, he still gets a kill though! Tethered, but still finding value.
Flash allows Zyppan on the site to start clearing, make sure there's nobody else out A. Allows them to reassess the situation, and Shao's got deep mid. He can start to listen, just like crashies did in the last round.
Do you check it? Oh my goodness, everything is so methodical. Yeah, Angel helps from up top.
He's got to run towards B right now. He has no clue whether there's anybody out in this situation, and FiNESSE is going to try to capitalize on that space.
Well, where do they go from here? Because they still have Sam posted up towards A. Once again, misdirection perhaps.
Angel clearing this right now. He actually got out into stairs. He hears that there's nothing happening, so cNed positions back over.
Sam finding a big one. Sam finding the second.
They can't peek rafters.
They just can't, man.
They're not allowed.
First crashies, now Sam. And now an Angel, who a couple of moments ago was trying to clear up B, got hit with a knife, rotates back. Now it's he who's in a position to deliver a clutch.
And chooses not to descend from the heavens. Instead, goes back over towards mid. I don't think he's going to try for this. Maybe can recover an op. But cNed was up heaven, so there's none to be found in this spot.
Does he dare?
Oh, turret's positioned the opposite way. Door closed, though.
Yeah. literally shutting his opportunity on the round.
Got to save his weapon now. I think they could have heard him in there in A main. Doesn't look like they reacted though. Should be safe. And NRG not interested either. This attack side slow. Angel did save that weapon, remember, but he gave it to cNed. A lot of teams aren't doing this for some reason. Get your star player that weapon.
He has delivered for NAVI a few times in this map already.
NRG been doing a great job neutralizing him though. He hasn't found any value as much on this defensive side, outside of like the pistol round.
FiNESSE once again stuck mid. Getting info, perhaps getting a rotate. And ardiis once again tried dashing out, but he's caught by the trip.
And normally crashies is great at destroying trips with his shocks.
Once again, the micro game being played. Either way, NRG still have the sight. Remember, this is a lighter buy for NAVI. And Sam's gonna clean it up with 3 on his own, make that 4. NRG at 11.
Put themselves on match point.
5 rounds in a row. Victor going up aggressive, but I don't think they realize that Zyppan's tucked. SUYGETSU able to help.
He's in trouble though. ardiis is up.
The trip's not finding it there. You saw him on screen for just a moment. The blades are though. The Shao is done. Numbers for NRG once again.
And over. NAVI put in this position where retaking is so hard. They're fighting so hard for the sights. cNed with an op though. And this lockdown, very tough to deal with.
Turret, the lockdown, the spam, they know he's there.
He's behind him.
70 HP, and once again, ardiis, a couple of blades to the back of the head. A 4K.
And the way the rounds have been going this time around. 4 chances to close out.
Made quite the runway for themselves. NRG currently have 4 towards A. FiNESSE once again lurking not far behind. Drone the first to go, and that knife is gonna get so much info. 4 tagged. Off of that, you can't help but wonder. You actually see Angel swinging in towards B just as those 4 hit with the knife, expecting FiNESSE to be trying to find some space.
Here it goes. This is where that mid-rounding comes in. We actually haven't seen many of those moments where you are confused as to what the calls will be, but this is where the 2 wise men, FiNESSE and Angel, battle the best. He's gonna call a re-clear up cat, and this trip has been a problem. FiNESSE at the same time trying to activate a lurk for himself. And also they feint towards top mid.
That knife's gonna tag him. The trip is down. They can push through that, but he tucks back. A 1-for-1 is Sam once again finding a multi-kill up in heaven. And look at FiNESSE, he's tucked his way in. Bit of a shaky crosshair there. Pressure still applied, and the nano to cut things off. There are only 17 seconds left here.
They're still trying to clear the site right now. Not sure if SUYGETSU still lies in wait. There's a lot of time finally for NAVI to come through, but 3v4 at match point, they cannot lose this.
Cam cleared, ult used. Spike ticking away. ardiis trying to hold the line as Angel is just above him. Unaware of his position for now.
How does Shao use his ult? He's got to try to clear some space with it.
And he's got to be fast on it here. There it is, ult invested. When does FiNESSE go? He's been spotted, 28 HP left. It's just a distraction, he's just a nuisance. As NRG are able to hold the line by themselves. Sam gets a 3K again.
Neon comp. NAVI should be a little familiar on how to play against Neons, given the prevalence of that for foot. They played quite a few times.
Did manage to get to him.
Spike drop. I'm out of here.
Pushed him all the way back into B-Link where he can't stay. He falls off immediately, and there's a big seize. Nade as well. Doesn't
Threw it,
catch
though.
him because the speed of Victor.
Exactly, you see the value in the space. Being able to get past that. FiNESSE able to get the first. Now SUYGETSU dancing around the utility. Looking for help. Trying to buy some time. The spike hasn't been committed. They're going to rotate out.
Just tapped it and pushed back. You can see why Victor wants to go there.
The paranoia's ahead of it, though. And that might buy enough time. Once again, the pendulum swings. This time back towards C, and this time into the hands, into the laps of Zyppan.
There's not those util combos, though.
Does he have help? Can he deal any damage? No. Drop by ardiis. Saw him taking a little bit of damage there. crashies this time. Second time's the charm. Gets the spike down C.
I mean, they went around the world there multiple times where the world is only C and B. But they've got full advantage, 5v3. The retakes were tough for NAVI on that defense on Ascent.
And now we'll get to see if they're able to hold it off. Victor the first on the swing, Victor gets the second. A beautiful round for NRG, Prime Gaming flawless.
Attack side, not so much on the defense. And they abandoned it so fast that you didn't really see evolutions of it, so I'm interested how this plays out.
Did FiNESSE tuck behind that haunt towards A? There may have been a little bit of misdirection, and off of that, it looks like NRG want to rotate that way.
Okay, but they are getting the orb for Shao.
They've pushed up. I don't think they realize what's on the other side of this. FiNESSE getting the first. Bit of a hold to Shao, not able to land the shot.
Usually tough for them to escape this position, but FiNESSE pops his orb up, allows him to fall back into the util. By the way, another very crucial change here is Angel's playing on the controller and Shao on the Killjoy. The big problem, the biggest problem for their Lotus compositions and the meta in general for NAVI has been the fact that all the double controller comps are also played with KJ.
Sure.
And because of that, that pure Sentinel from SUYGETSU, it's tough to continue running because he's the Viper for this team. So Shao's been left in a role crisis, and you can see it come to a head right now as he's playing KJ, rather than the initiator, rather than the controller that he's been so good at.
Deep flash and the paranoia. Angel near side with 70 HP, looking to take a fight around the wall. There are a couple heads just on the other side of it. He's not able to find any of them though. And now with 10 seconds left, the rest of the round feels like a formality. Oh, I don't know how he hit that second shot, man.
I heard Doombros talk a lot during that halftime interview, or between map interview, about how they have something prepared specifically for NRG. Wonder if that factors into how they're using the Viper walls on this defense.
Very well could be the case. For now, NRG attention towards A. FiNESSE creeping his way forward. I don't know that they're going to be expecting this position. SUYGETSU in the face of paranoia has to drop a molly. But the utility, the way that NRG uses utility is so overwhelming. It's so oppressive.
It's not just the util too. It's the amount of times they're tapping this door.
Yeah.
They've tapped it 4 times already in this round. On pistol, they tapped it 4 rounds on the C side.
It's the scratching of nails on a chalkboard. You have to address it. You have to respect it. But you so desperately want it to stop. And FiNESSE patiently waiting for as long as he was. Gets a kill. Angel, though, sucker punching ardiis.
Spike planted.
Definitely doable here for NAVI. Again, their retakes have been struggling, but that's a start from Angel.
That's clean.
It takes down crashies too. The thorn in their side is Psalm that one though this time.
FiNESSE is still in a position
That's ridiculous.
to play hero if need be, but he ultimately falls. 2v2 now, Psalm re-exploring. He's going to be going in through panel. Victor's already fallen, but I don't know that they're going to be expecting Psalm's position.
That nade is horrible.
Why would you expect another there? The Red Bull clutch! Clutches have come in bunches for NRG. We're early on the second map, the potential for more. You see this light buyout for the defense. Just the Bulldog in the hands of Angel.
You start to look at more of those situations go in NRG's favor, and you're looking at a blowout here on Lotus.
Mind you, this is the attacking side. Maybe not to the same degree as we talked with Ascent, but attacking side should be favored here.
Of course, NAVI great at resetting the mental, great at being able to come back in these situations, but on Lotus, it's one of these maps that they have struggled with so often, and again in a retake.
Familiar territory, but not certainly one you want to see again. Psalm creeping forward, spotting Angel, dealing damage. 5 HP for the leader for NAVI. Ultimately falls to 0 as Psalm once again causing problems. Another flawless round for NRG.
Seeing the game plan.
3 ults to him, the lockdown, the Seekers, and then Victor's overdrive.
I like what they're doing, doubling down on the fact that they're getting up into A main. That haunt, that one-way combination is allowing them to farm orbs.
Different Viper wall too, you see how far up it goes, sectioning off B. But it seems like they want to NC. Once again, the tapping of the door and crashies falls. How many pump fakes are we in for this time, Bala?
Calling my bot.
Already had one towards B. This time they invested the lockdown.
The lockdown this time.
Yeah.
No chance they actually pivot back off of. So I'm very low HP. Is this pick good? Yes. Covers both waterfall, but it does give them some space to work with on the backside of the spawn exit.
There was no funnel behind that Prowler too that was intended to provide some info in the pit.
There's so many key ults, one pip away from NAVI. They're not gonna have time to actually activate those with a kill.
All 4 members of NRG, with the exception of ardiis, tucked in the pit. Oh, cNed trying to find space, catch him by surprise, and he cannot. Pit's still up, Pit's still in play. Saw him with 41 HP. Both players separated. SUYGETSU finally taking him down.
They're giving up the pit though, going for mollies instead.
Both fire through, ardiis with 2. He's gonna have to do it on his own. And with 2 bullets left,
To get half.
flip runs dry, jumps up, tries to spot him! And ardiis gets all 4!
Well, this time they have 4. NRG challenging.
Remember, it's just Pistol Swarm. They do have 3 rifles, There is a little bit too here. And one of them finds value.
Victor seconds away from saving him with that fast lane.
Gotta be careful here. The turret's gonna provide some cover, but NAVI have taken so much space down C.
He just pulled, he just broke it.
I've got your trail.
They're kind of trapped in right now.
cNed? Not able to find it, not able to land it with the ult. But they're gonna push back into the space that NAVI had taken. Lockdown cleared, members of NAVI cleared.
Got rifles upgraded though across the board.
3 still in play. He wasn't able to find anybody.
Oh, no.
Showstopper. The Phantom cannot either. Second time's the charm though with 6 bullets left. Finds another. 3v2 in favor of NAVI.
crashies gets off here and allows FiNESSE to work this flank. The alarm bot was down.
He's so far up. Zyppan's gonna be the first to contact.
Moments like these. Mid-rounding from NRG. Finding gaps. FiNESSE is all the way through spawn. He's not even gonna get caught by Angel. They've put this into a very workable, if not advantageous position NRG has because of FiNESSE's flank.
As a molly, you just saw the orb used.
And despite the fact that that bounced a few times, it's still perfect. Maybe a gap on the left, but should be fine.
crashies just got a flash up too. Position to perhaps get info up in heaven.
This is an odd decision though, because he commits into pit, into the drop down. So he's isolated from FiNESSE.
Angel's so weak. cNed not much better off.
Same decision being called from NAVI, splitting up as well.
He's gonna hear him. Waiting, there it is. Shots delivered. cNed in, a 1v2, a chance to play hero, and he cannot, as crashies shuts the door on the round.
He gets shut down in the clutch.
Oh, this time Angel shutting down Victor. Paranoia traded.
The shift out of the timeout for NRG has been hit this A side hard. And the adjustment is not there from NAVI to start pivoting. That nade, that C is over towards that A side.
Recalling my bot.
And don't forget, ardiis used his lockdown 3 rounds ago, now back active.
Shao's gone exploring. Once again, the turret to provide some cover. Meanwhile, the rest of the fight ensues towards A main. NAVI are able to hold the line. They get 4. And a great response as NAVI approach for NRG here. Heavy towards C. And another opener for NRG.
Victor's neon is disgusting. And there you see, because the presence was so heavy towards C, Angel thinks he has a little bit more space, but the battle between the 2 IGLs. FiNESSE gets the better of him again.
And that's got to be so miserable for a defense to know you're not winning fight C. At the same time, you're losing fights A. You're not really gaining any traction anywhere. Zyppan spotted. Fight taken out of him. Trying to trade it.
He's the only one here. Still gets it. But they also get another kill on the other side. Oh, and cNed just has to shrug at that.
We'll get the spike down, and again, it looks like NRG will hit 7.
Planted.
Tough position too. He knows FiNESSE is going to be hitting that lurk after getting cNed.
You just have to know, right? It's FiNESSE too.
It's hilarious too, because FiNESSE, I mean, has definitely struggled. He comes into this tournament as one of the lowest rated players, but consistently, when you watch NRG, he is finding rounds like this.
Yep.
Big multi-kills. Surprisingly, in the Americas League, he had some of the highest 4K totals out of anybody. Not even going to attempt it. So FiNESSE will just end with the 3. And if history so far in this match has been anything to go by, for Lotus in general, when you got a KJ lockdown, it's almost always going to that C side or maybe a push-up H3. But the C one is just so effective. You already saw it once from ardiis. And they do insert Victor to open up that door and take control of Mound very carefully. Oh, I mean, he just went out with no smoke, nothing there, active.
It's bold.
You should run.
Bold, but it works. There's the lockdown that you were just referring to and how effective it is. They rely on it here.
Oh, I love this.
Me too.
From SUYGETSU.
Not only is it the pit from SUYGETSU, but look at the space that they're taking.
I think that timing might be awful for him, though, and they're already taking pit. He does have space in spawn, but
Sam is in it.
he just recovered it.
He just bullied him out.
Oh, gosh.
Shorty, but he's decayed.
That was a crucial fight for SUYGETSU to win. Without that tool, they can't retake the site, but there's a counter pit at the same time.
Site littered with green goo as the spike ticks. How do they flood their way in? ardiis playing off site, but once again, everyone huddled up close. SUYGETSU swinging around, not spotting anything yet. He's got to go into the pit. Both teams, like Navy SEALs, creeping their way forward cautiously.
They're going to save.
Carefully, and you're right, they're out.
That's crazy.
What a wild round.
And Victor's looking for exits too. Can he get both? Yes! That decision to save, all of a sudden they're thinking and scratching their heads. We should have gone for that. If this is the outcome, that we come out with only a single gun. We'll have a different HON up on top of the pillar, but everything considered here from NRG. They don't even budge a little bit based off of different util being thrown out. They were so well prepared for this.
Trailblazer paves the way for Victor to not only take his space, but also clear the alarm bot that was intended to be defensive towards B.
One way refreshed. Multiple players here. Both the KJ and the Viper. Could be a deadly combination if they get. They don't have a molly actually, SUYGETSU.
You see both from Shao. Waiting, and SUYGETSU's already fallen. There are the nanos, they're progged. Try to find space, try to get through it, and they cannot. Shao's combination of utility holding him back for now, but he gets peppered through the box. Not able to find anything else. Zyppan's rotating over, and he has the Nightfall.
Gives up his position here. Som can get away. They're going to push up.
There's the Nightfall. They want to go aggressive here. They can't hear a thing. cNed finding one with the Phantom. That's all it is. Oh dear. Som once again in a clutch. Spotting Zyppan. The silence of the moment deafening. As now Som hears him and Zyppan's on the flick. Aggression from NAVI towards B. cNed the first there. Victor waiting on the other side. The Prowler finds a kill. Off of that, NRG decide they want to re-explore. They want to go straight into the space that NAVI just found success in. And it's quiet. It's contact. cNed, 8 HP close by, not able to find anything else. Seekers invested from crashies.
NRG is just so good at having a variety of ways. Look at crashies. Let's get canceled. Oh!
Angel looked at him too. 3v2 now. Once again, numbers disadvantage for NRG. Is there the potential for a clutch?
FiNESSE looks to want to break the door, actually, maybe pivot, but they're corralled right now.
Placing swamp grenade. Swamp grenade out.
Cautiously, ardiis gets a spike down. SUYGETSU creeping. The potential for chaos as ardiis gets the first. 2v2 now. FiNESSE still a little weak. It's all eyes on ardiis. He's gonna have first contact here. Actually, the wall isolates him. It was all on SUYGETSU to find the value, and he does. Very well played to play around his utility to isolate the kills.
Is attack-sided.
Yeah, cNed with an op this time. He's up forward by himself, too. They know where he is. The Ruber to provide cover as he tries to take the door, and he takes FiNESSE with him. That nade is good. Buys some time, but ardiis still gets the kill.
Damage done. But Victor gets on the racetrack. Plant the spike and crashes, goes for a little too much there.
Angel's high ground was too much to deal with.
This time the lockdown won't have a chance to get broken other than that flank attempt from Sam. And now he's put his team in a 2v4 situation where they're already going to be defusing before they even get out. And it's not planted for them.
No, I mean, the round is done. There's no way through. No matter how pissed you are, you're not winning this round.
And they had some really good set nades. That haunt is ridiculous, by the way. The tech shown, but artists not peaked.
Only tagged one. cNed wise to it. You see the paranoia as they try to take the fight through the door. Sam and crashies both, with Victor not far off.
Such good understanding of the control that they have on Mound there with the one-way. Again, NRG displaying a mastery of strategy. Just like the pistol on Ascent, slowed down to a crawl.
Cover going out.
They're just gonna re-hit as soon as that smoke comes back up from Angel. A flash to come through. He's got this in the bag.
Yeah, he was done. No real chance to counterplay there.
That orb is fantastic, by the way. Very difficult to do anything because you have to jump out once you get out of it.
crashies has no flashes to pop out of
Whoa.
it. Victor going forward. crashies with the first, and that's all it is. The pistol for NAVI.
3 out of 4.
That pesky one that he can be.
I think that wall is actually jump spottable. Now NAVI are throwing out. You got to be careful with those. There's so much pros and cons for all of the different Viper wall on attack that you put down. And one can cover stairs, one can actually cover heaven when you actually hit the A side, one can prevent the jump spot. You actually see it right now from Sam. Even when that wall goes up, he has a little pocket to peek a little bit.
Just over a minute left in this round. You saw the first orb picked up mid by NAVI. Seems like that's all they want to do for now as they turn their attention towards A. Nade, the molly, and the door. I mean, they're fully committing to this. They've invested everything.
That's a really good nade and haunt combo right there. Not using a seize, doesn't have it in this round, but that nade pushes them into the haunt. So the players who are pushing in tree have full awareness of what's going on.
SUYGETSU tucking inside the smoke in the face of the flash, drops the molly. Shao gets the kill.
The orb coming up at the same time too, decaying them all.
Very nicely done.
And if you allow these post plants to get set up from NAVI, they have so many tools. Not that NRG didn't, of course. We didn't actually see much A-side pressure from NRG, other than looking for picks in that. In the mid-round, they were always falling off. Heading towards B and C, NAVI not doing the same. A whole map holistic approach.
All things considered, very clean for NAVI. They keep all their weapons.
3 man into B, trying to disrupt the bonus ideas from NAVI.
The turret was there. Shao was close by, but SUYGETSU's the casualty.
He's in a position that turret is not going to be active fast enough for him to react.
The defense rotating A. You've got crashies with some utility waiting on the other side of the panel. I think they may push him.
They didn't need through the panel to clear, so they have that space now. Got to look for more picks in this 4v5. This is where NRG was shining in that first map. NAVI have yet to really display the same.
NRG patient on this. crashies only able to take one. His artist is smoked off. Has to give the space up.
You see him pinging so he can go for that spray on anybody jumping up on him in between reloads.
What is Angel up to? He just cleared so much space, but he's not able to get a kill. That would have been devastating.
That stun is disgusting.
Yeah, and Zyppan is way too much heat to deal with.
And he just stunned up the entire room.
Victor's got 3 on the round. Shao's left alone. Paranoia is soaring by his face, but ardiis is the one who gets the kill. No bonus this time.
No bonus ever. Out of the 3 attempts, NAVI really struggling. It's not around that.
Early haunt as NAVI go towards A. And once again, mid pressure from NRG. Remember in the previous round, it was a peak. They got the kill. This time they funnel in, they take the space. And much like we saw a couple of rounds ago, they have NAVI corralled, controlled. and honestly confused. They don't have any options on where they could go.
We've seen so many situations where NRG has put them in the pen. This time, though, they don't actually continue to tie the noose.
Sam dropping down. Seized. Oh, did he get away? Not enough time.
Imagine, though.
That would have been insane. FiNESSE finding the kill that Sam could not.
They've arrived now, actually, from the flank down to the site. Are they really going to make a go at this?
Seems like they may.
This is crazy.
Victor the first, FiNESSE the second.
What?
He finds the kill falling from the heavens. 2v2 now, he's gonna swing his way out. FiNESSE with 3. Victor, 1v1, has to land the shots. Did not get it to half, 9 bullets, he's gotta go fast! And SUYGETSU keeps him back. That's an excellent way to start the round.
I mean, to take down crashies, yeah, 100%. He's crucial, by the way. I mean, as the solo initiator on this map, the Neon comp relies on having this guy alive.
It's a lighter buy, but FiNESSE was so far up. You see where he once stood. Off of that, NAVI are gonna funnel in to C, take the site, get the spike down. Plenty of time to spare.
And even if things get hairy, Shao has the keys to solidify. You want to make sure that you keep that up, though. That lockdown is what I'm referring to. He's so far back that, yeah, you definitely don't think that he's even thinking about it. With the rest of the players staying on site, you can tell they want to prevent that sort of situation from happening.
Question is, does Victor pop the ult here? Perhaps too much time has passed. Sam with the Guardian not finding anything. Oh, he finally does.
I think maybe if Sam stays alive there, maybe he goes for it. It's still a 3v5, excuse me. There's no way with the eco.
No, difficult task. Victor picks up the Guardian. ardiis still close by.
Okay.
Phantom, get out of there.
Nice, light armor too.
Player standing.
I don't want to give up a kill there from ardiis. Towards A, after he throws the orb, but no, actually. And no aggression out of NRG, so mostly cleaning up these early hits. And NRG have swapped this wall over towards this C hit. Remember, I was commenting on how NAVI were using that in anticipation, but it's because of this lockdown. Key thing here is SUYGETSU has his ult because he picked up the orb. Remember, ardiis was the catalyst for that, going for that kill. SUYGETSU gets it.
Oh,
Can't melt there.
they get through. They take a little damage off the molly.
That's 40 damage done to both cNed and Angel.
They're gonna have the pit, but crashies has his ult.
Oh, and this pit actually allows them to come out of waterfall, and with this mountain push, there's space for them.
cNed able to get the first. Sam has fallen. You see Shao playing very far off so he can fight Mound. And that's exactly what he's gonna do, but he doesn't really get a chance at the fight at all.
cNed with his showstoppers key here.
Angel just narrowly staying alive. There's the showstopper, and it gets 2! The defenses from NRG crumble as cNed gets 4, and it's a round for NAVI. This time much more committed. But the haunt, that's what throws the brakes on the hit.
A shift on the Viper wall too. Towards the seaside. FiNESSE just jiggling, trying to prevent this again. Orb comes up. There's no KJ util here.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen this before. We just saw this. The Roomba first, the Molly traded.
It's the light buy too, so NAVI have the opportunity to take the lead in this map. Has not. It's been eluding them the entire time.
Nick is close by, and it's just a stinger!
Oh, no.
He gets them both, and then the ult, but instantly stopped!
And Spike is down in control for NRG. It all falls to pieces.
Oh, what a thrifty round win would do to the momentum of this map.
Especially speaking as the first time, the first opportunity to even take that lead in the first place.
Can Shao and SUYGETSU clutch this out?
I'm concerned that door open actually obscures Sam. Sam can open it at any point.
Can they win this 4v2 with the spike out of reach? So close, yet so far. Wall goes up. crashies patient. No spam yet. Has a Vandal here. Fear of being traded instantly.
Door's open.
There it is. FiNESSE with the first. And it's a thrifty win for NRG. And that very well could be it. Angel flashed. TP's around. Do they check him? They do. I'm not going to find value, but crashies gets 2. Now Sam looking to triple dip his way into another kill in the face of the room, but not able to land the shots.
It's a great swing from the two NAVI players there.
It was.
FiNESSE, turret spots him. Definitely had an opportunity there. But there's no holes for NAVI's setup.
Whoa. Late wall out from SUYGETSU.
Nobody's there actually to spot from NRG that wall going up. And at the beginning of the round, you had confusion in the NRG camp about where that Viper wall was because he's been switching it between the C side, between the A side.
That's a very good point, you're right. ardiis with a big one.
Why is cNed by himself there? And thinks there's way more space available than there is, and that's because the two players are anchors. They're KJ, they're Viper.
If they commit B, they're going to be having to deal with all this utility that ardiis just set down. You see the alarm about the nanos, there it is. Buying time with 30 seconds left. It's a 1v1, FiNESSE against Shao.
Look, he's running already towards the A side. He's going to hear the panel break.
He's ahead of it. I don't think he's going to get there in time to cut it off, though.
I think Shao should hear him. He's planting the open.
The molly and the shots for FiNESSE. Just a step ahead. There's a lot more presence here, though. It's a clash. Angel made the same play. Just on the other side of the wall. Victor walks into his death. This time NAVI far more successful. ardiis finding a blind one, though, looking for the second to spam through the smokes. Leave NAVI worse for wear. Not only is that 2 kills, but look at Angel's health.
These late round kills from ardiis, too. It's ardiis and FiNESSE again in the same situation. Last time ardiis was able to find cNed on a walkabout.
If I'm not
mistaken, they're grouped.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, too, it was a 3v2 again.
Yeah.
This
All
time,
up, they're re-clearing here.
They're so far up. As soon as the wall goes down, the kills will too. Angel with 3. Zyppan.
And out of the last 2 rounds, there's been this A main presence over and over. This time, nothing for NRG, and NAVI are capitalizing. Straight through the wall, they don't care.
They have ardiis locked down. They have FiNESSE's pit. They've got some waiting too.
Satchel in with the Prowler through the door. They know the site's open. That lockdown might get broken by this nade.
crashies.
It's gone.
It is, you're right. crashies is going to get the orb right before the spike goes down, and that brings his Seekers online.
Face
Off of the paranoia, you imagine they pounce with the panel broken. That's the case. Nightfall investors, Seekers too, and they understand there's a lot of presence towards main.
They're not checking. SUYGETSU's really right around the root. They didn't check him.
And Shao's close by too. They're going to be able to stop him. They're going to be able to hold him back. That's exactly what they do. ardiis has to tuck tail and has to run away.
Doesn't have the same tools, and NAVI trying to really keep the pressure on them. If they take down his gun, everybody on the side is broke, other than ardiis. And they do just that. Tie game, NAVI. Another. You're right, though. Thrifty opportunity.
And the buy is dreadful. And the remaining money for NRG is not great.
This is the first time they find this instant pick and they back off, knowing that panel got broken early, so they immediately go into separate protocols.
FiNESSE is so far up by himself. You mentioned the separate protocol. That is a solo mission for sure.
They've got 2 players here on this B site. But again, these weapons are awful.
Nanos buy some time. The ult invested from cNed. Nothing found.
A lot of damage.
1 HP for ardiis. That's insane. The spam from Sam not landing, but Victor's does.
That's even. That's a Phantom.
Can it be picked up?
Zyppan's responding.
No way he gets one. That's still just numbers, not
on the flank now.
For NRG. And it's Victor by himself with the stinger, trying to get through it. Behind the wall. It's a tap, buy some time. That's all it's going to be. Yep. NAVI gets him at point.
And Angel
off in the hands of Victor.
That's to try to catch Victor.
Not landing. Angel's been there so many times. Chance to do it again, but Sam holding the line. cNed the first to fall. The pin invested towards C.
Yep.
And you imagine at this point, they've seen what they've seen A. They heard that ult go off.
Yep.
They should know where it is.
There's not really room to pivot back towards C, like you said. They know that in the back of their minds.
And you see the Killjoy setup from ardiis. It's not in towards B main. It's through panel.
The thing is, though, out of sight, out of mind. Still a minute to work with. If they do end up pivoting all the way towards C, they have to come up with a late round plan. They do have a lockdown. They do have Angel's ult. I think they want to go for it. They have the tools to try to counter it. But still, in the forefront of their mind, they're choosing not to go for it. Choosing instead to continue this A pressure. And there's an op, and there's 3 players here. NRG, no, it's been favoring this A side.
It's been so quiet for the last few seconds.
30 seconds left.
Not a single step made, and finally the shot rattles off, finds the leader for NAVI.
Look at that instant relay bolt as well from Victor. It looks like it's bound to a shoot button.
5v3, Sam gets another. NAVI crumbling. Can they respond with 13 seconds left? I don't think they're going to find a space to get the spike down.
Well, Lockdown will give them a lot of room, especially with the molly to cover up the waterfall push. They should get it down, but this panel push can come very fast.
Was very close. There's the nano. There's the molly. There's the kill for Victor. And even in the face of the pit, NRG do not fold.
We're going to overtime. Top 4 finish at lock-in this year. NRG top 8. These are the best of the best.
And what a gift, what a treat this series has been.
In terms of legacy, this right here. They don't have many battles against each other, but we're hoping for a lot more here. This is a first opening match for the 2 teams.
Placing alarm bot.
Wall up. Very different wall from FiNESSE here. Allows some approach towards this A side by walking out behind it, using this Trailblazer, the flash coming in at the same time, the stun too. They're not going to commit off of it. You can see Sam had it in his pocket to throw out that paranoia based off what the dog stuns.
He was ready to go. You're right, he had it primed.
But realistically, this wall was always placed to hit towards B.
And that's where they're headed.
And they used this alarm bot early to actually contain this space.
30 seconds left.
Just so they can come back to it later. Do they find success here? It's just an alarm bot. There are no nanos to really cover anything like that.
Xeppaa. No nade combo though. cNed was over towards C.
Victor's there to greet Angel.
He's running
13
in
seconds
blind.
left. They get the spike down, and you're right. Zyppan not able to find any space either.
Oh.
Shao do something here, or perhaps XeGETSU.
Spike's not down yet.
2v3, they've got to commit to the spike. FiNESSE! Almost able to hold it. How did he get it down? ardiis left in a clutch, and XeGETSU with 4! 53 HP, remember, he had
Committing. They're committing here.
88. Off of the decay. What help does he have? They've spanned this angle before, and cNed was ahead of it.
That's a big mistake there. They didn't have the right plan there, because Sam falls off. Victor tries to go into that space. But he doesn't have room to escape. He's not playing. Jet Neon definitely can't dash as best as possible. And things are going to quiet down. Navi's been formidable in these situations where they get those early entries. But when there's room for individualism, out of Angel, out of cNed, things get definitely dicey.
1-3-1 setup here. The last couple of rounds have been so tense. So many resounding moments of silence. And off of the momentary delay, Navi turned their attention towards C. Early flash out from crashies, getting some info.
Dude, they farmed cNed's orb.
There's the ult! Nothing found from Sam as cNed just drops him. And it seems like they're going to be able to put it away unless crashies can pull off heroics again.
Alarm bot, just in time.
4v3 and Angel's gone exploring mid.
Oh my goodness.
crashies with a position to make a play. Had the shorty out for just a moment. Opts to go against it. And it's a 14-12 win for NAVI.
The sentinel of choice for most teams on this map.
It is different. You're right about that.
And coming in with the double controller as well, it's essentially the Lotus comp. Just with a sky instead of a fade. And oftentimes the reason for that Cypher being better on this map is because those cages can allow you to lurk. And also there's not as many good lockdowns on this map.
Meanwhile, there are a plethora of good cams.
Yeah.
Plenty good trip angles. You're absolutely right.
Now SUYGETSU was getting caught a lot in mid during their playoffs bout against Team Liquid. Not too long ago. We'll see if he cleans that up. That's very important against his double duelist comp, which can come with some pace.
Deep flash into garage, finding some info for Zyppan. No real way to confirm what's on the other side. FiNESSE is going to be the first there. And ardiis on the swing, aggressive, the dash away, leaving FiNESSE to die. crashies follows suit shortly thereafter. But great response. There's still a shot at this. It's gotten down to 2. It's gotten down to 1. But Shao's healthy, while the 2 remaining members of NRG are not.
So, better weapons for them.
It's a good point. Just a classic.
He could pick up a Ghost right here or Frenzy, either one possible. But he spots them both, actually. And a great movement on the rope.
The light armor's gone. The health is gone. ardiis from that distance with the Frenzy.
Fast and furious. Though they've also shifted gears plenty of time.
Angel taking some space mid. Som there to greet.
That's a beautiful angle from Som.
Yeah, it is.
Not one that I've seen before, but on those anti-ecos, you just find those to be so easy. Because you're looking for one-taps. And you're taking risks on the swings.
You can see Shao there crouched, waiting for someone to swing, for someone to dare challenge him. And he's crept up a little bit further here.
Like how FiNESSE just doesn't react to the flash at all.
Just takes it.
It's probably in the middle, looking at the mini-map or calming something. Doesn't matter, though. This is where FiNESSE shines. Not in these anti-ecos, just on this map in particular. It is such a mid-round heavy map. You have to be strong at that. I think the battle between FiNESSE and Angel, in that regard, has been going towards FiNESSE over the entire series mostly.
30 seconds left.
Obviously Lotus, Angel had some peaks. Especially in the early round calling.
Yeah, but on average, I would agree with you completely. ardiis gets opener onto cNed.
That's huge. ardiis has not been winning those battles. I mean, we saw it. After the first map, the stats were brutal. After the second series, ardiis is 7 and 11 against cNed in general. And cNed is 17 and 6 plus 11.
Jeez.
And that's in first duels only.
cNed's been performing exceptionally well.
So is ardiis.
Yeah, he's starting to eco-frag a little bit.
One enemy remaining.
Well handled. Very well handled. Prime gaming flaws for NRG.
That man caught the bird in his legs.
He did.
This is for NRG. I think NAVI has broken that sort of idea, though. I don't think they're going to be coming in the same amount of bunches on this map.
Yeah, split really just doesn't lend itself to that quite the same way, but I do think you're right. There's a lot of what NAVI seem to have been figuring out that should prevent that. Dash into the Cloudburst, right into the Nano.
It's an updraft, though.
Manages to stay alive. Victor goes aggressive. Upgrades a weapon, too.
And that's space taking by the double duelist right there. Surprises. Shao on the site.
They're into spawn, and you can see they're going to want to cut off the rotation. They're going to want to keep NAVI at bay.
Ooh.
And you're not expecting a second heat. Well, okay, never mind. Angel was.
You are. That's all off because of the nade, though. Paranoia is going to allow him to retake that space, but with the Trailblazer, too.
At that distance, so I don't think it's going to get much info on the site.
Look at the star that Som just placed, too. Angel has no way out. It has to be these two coming from heaven.
Can they find space? crashies down low with the Sheriff, getting the first. The flash to swing. Looking for another, and he finds it.
Angel's out.
I mean, another bonus for NRG.
Yeah, 3-0 start. For him to try to able to have a buy, he needs to get a kill or two.
Yeah, he got one. Rifle picked up from cNed. Not able to find any value with it.
And that's, I mean, cNed needs to be backing off there as fast as possible. They pushed into the B site, and SUYGETSU can be able to recover this weapon. Investment of the Seekers from crashies to maybe find some push here.
Does ardiis follow them? Yes, he does. Spotting one.
That's crazy.
It's bold.
They heard the rope for sure, though.
You see it from SUYGETSU, crosshair trained. crashies, do you dare swing? Do you dare peek? Drop on the first. And the confirmation of the second up high. But the timing's not great. NRG win the round anyway.
No, I mean, the comps make such a difference. Look at this dash from ardiis. Goes for the right click on SUYGETSU, and that's what I was talking about. He got punished a lot in middle during their playoffs run.
It's a very good point. A pause across the middle of the map for NRG.
Oh my goodness, cNed as well with the op. Gets the money up.
He's got to get the kill.
High lows.
That's
Impossible.
just, yeah, that's just such an unexpected angle.
He's so high that the crosshair placement's nowhere near.
You didn't even see him in the scope.
And now they're messing with the economy significantly for NAVI. There's no chance they get another buy. Buying up an op in that situation. Shao's in trouble.
He's trying to tuck tail. He's flashed, manages to get around the corner with 68 HP and too many targets to find. He cannot deliver. Angel's left alone. It does look like he's going to pick up that op, though.
Yeah, he has to. I mean, it's not even necessarily has to. But obviously, that's such a good weapon to have when the rest of your teammates are not going to be able to buy up. NRG should know that he's going to look to pick up the op.
Or does he just keep the Vandal?
I mean, yeah, he's doing it. That's the choice made.
Does not look like Angel will be found as the round expires. But NRG, much like we saw on map 1, much like we saw on map 2, they find themselves winning rounds in bunches. Another streak.
I mean, you're looking at 6-0, just like Lotus. Just as I was thinking. You're going to have a shift. Streaky or not.
Cosmic Divide instantly invested. Shao, discipline box, but very well handled by ardiis. You hear the showstopper used too. As ardiis goes up top, SUYGETSU there to greet the double duelist.
Wait, this orb is really bad for cNed to actually get some space. He's going to get both kills.
How much more can he find? It's become a mess. It's become a complete mess.
Oh, the secret doesn't get broken either. I don't think FiNESSE could see it, as Sam has not been spotted by it yet, so it doesn't show up on the minimap for him. It doesn't show up on his screen visually. But Zyppan gets on the site with it.
cNed with 3. FiNESSE left alone in a clutch. Spike not in hand.
And now if I'm NAVI, I want Zyppan to take first contact so cNed can end up, if FiNESSE gets close to them, using that showstopper and trying to solidify the round. Probably not going to come to that, though.
FiNESSE creeping his way around. Quietly, but with intent.
That jump spot just goes to where we just cleared with the flash.
First couple shots not landing.
Oh!
Showstopper, and it lands on the kill. cNed with 4. NAVI
up in the playoffs.
Full aggression.
Normally that's definitely punishing Zyppan there, but he's ahead of the stun.
Victor not able to find the space.
Defensively, in order to counter that sort of idea, you have to do a lot of creative stuff by peeking a main, that sort of idea. But there's a bunch of straight up fights.
Fight was often lost. crashies and wheeling on cNed, investing in secrets. The flash on the other side of the wall. He's gone rogue. He's going solo, and he's finding value.
1 HP for a moment with that decay.
Talk about putting the team on your back. At least in this round.
And he keeps it to a 3v3 with that kill on the Angel, and also that makes it difficult because he could have easily had smokes up at this point. Now it unlocks some key tools from NRG in their strat book. They can dry walk, they can pop smokes and walk behind them, and it will be the dry walk choice.
Sam, up in heaven. Oh,
what?
What on earth was that?
I'm sorry, what?
That one's ending up on Reddit. Shao's going to be left in this 1v3 situation where both crashies and FiNESSE are weak. But he's so far away, he's not even going to try. I need to go back to this crashies play. Because, as you know, not all kills are created equal, right? That kill stabilized the round, right? Victor had just used his, had just satcheled up forward. He didn't find any space. He didn't find any value. He single-handedly makes a play to get things back to 3, as you said.
Yeah. Zyppan ends cNed falling in that instance, where they had advantage. And this is a reset round slightly for NAVI. Zyppan and cNed somehow have 4K and 3.8 respectively, so you're definitely going to see another one of those.
Attack off in the hands of ardiis, and he gets 2.
Kills are just coming in 2s. And the round's over. Trailblazer in, they spot the player. Second smoke, not available for some. He smoked off Mail, so There's room for SUYGETSU to have some damage done. They're waiting for that to come up. Instead, it looks like he recalled it.
Interesting choice. Instead, they flash and go up towards heaven, clear that out while ardiis is holding the line, holding the space.
And to go back to that initial double kill out of ardiis, the reason he goes for that peek is he's expecting NAVI to continue to swing based off of what success they had after Victor went for that double satchel last time. Just swinging in front of the sun, swinging in front of the flash, trying to take a 2v1. ardiis just posts up instead, and that's why you can't do that. Instant punish in the worst of ways.
Blinded.
This patience from NRG is outrageous. He's waiting for things to go. Zyppan, who's here by himself, managing to take down crashies, but that's all it is. Spike should be secured.
He just took the site with 2 players. FiNESSE, maybe he threw a molly. Sam is on the other side of the map here. The dude is in mid.
NAVI once again in a position where they're just going to try to save the weapons that they have. A Phantom in the hands of Shao, Bulldog for SUYGETSU. You can see the defenses that they've put up around them. The alarm bot up in heaven, the turret to make sure no one's pushing spawn. Their objective is very clear here, preserve what they have.
Crazy part about this too is the switch from NAVI to put one of SUYGETSU or Shao. SUYGETSU usually is going to play it always in mid or B, but to swap Shao onto the A side is going to enable Victor to again go for double satchels there. So every single little thing that is... Oh, somebody did buy up a rifle. It's Angel. And that one.
There's one of the rifles. You've got...
It's SUYGETSU who falls. Remember, I keep talking about how he needs to not get punished in this middle. 3 times he's already dead at the beginning of the round.
cNed showing up here and picking up the weapon that was dropped. Angel trying to deal with 2 members, dashing across the screen, flying across his face, and Victor the first to fall.
Oh, he's paranoid. No.
He has no idea. Whoa, he has no idea what to play from Angel.
A follow-up flash, too. He could swing even further.
Houdiniing his way through that. But FiNESSE trading the kill back. And the spike's out. He's going to try to find his way through, but I don't think he's expecting Zyppan behind him.
Angel TP'd across, too.
Surprise. It's a gift.
Angel's in time. Star's coming in right now. He needs to obscure his position until he can get a guaranteed kill. No more TPs to get out either.
And remember, he did this. He's gotten them almost here by himself.
Oh, he gets out to play with Zyppan instead. Not using the element of surprise, knowing he TP'd there earlier. They should be aware. Is there a recall?
Crashies.
Come on. Woo. It's the NRG formula right there. I mean, they just continue to walk until there's a gap, until there's some sort of information found. And that's how you find timings. If you don't explore as much as you can, you don't know whether you can take that shot. They need this. I mean, Zyppan needs to pull out a 1v2 here to keep them in the game.
Which feels like such a big ask, given the spike has been planted for a little while. There's still a good bit of utility on the side of NRG. Flash being used there. Zyppan trading back with one of his own, and Sam swings through and greets him.
Who try to play that raise, end up getting exposed when they're not completely formidable at the agent.
Victor picking up the orb. ardiis with the dash proc, waiting to pounce. Backing on up instead. Jump spots. Headbound. Oh, you went a bit too far there.
Good re-clear from NAVI. Finally some success. And I like this. Don't try to challenge the early aggression.
Can't use that yet.
Instead, opt to just go for re-clears.
That first flash and NRG finding, again, more room across the middle of the map. This time cNed. But
finally.
Punching back, yeah.
Some success in the round. And again, though, can't let this fall apart. They put themselves in a good position, need to punch their ticket further. It's only the 2nd round that they're in position to win right now.
NAVI are a little bit ahead of this, too. It's been a very slow round from NRG. And I wonder how much of that's giving NAVI room to breathe and adjust.
One enemy remaining.
It's all falling on Sam in this 1v3, and he can't convert. Zyppan cleans it up, and that's a second round for NAVI.
See if there's another approach. The pit finally invested. Shao with a deep alarm bot too to help out SUYGETSU before he rotates off.
And Victor's going to confirm where it is. That's going to have him rotate off. But as you're saying, NAVI now creeping back towards B.
Okay, so this setup allows them to give up mid. But you're right. If the hit doesn't come through middle, it's going to be towards B. They've got 3 players ready to receive.
Flash is traded. These last 2 rounds have genuinely felt like a chess match.
Moving the pieces on the board. Zyppan clears out mid, which is a key tell. 50 seconds right now. crashies is going to dog through. And with the wall late. That's a tool that both teams using right now. And the Seekers pop to actually expose this split coming in at the same time. But is that too much pressure?
You mentioned mid was open, and that's where the spike is. Got a lot of space mid. They're contacting out onto the side. Angel.
Oh gosh, oh gosh. FiNESSE!
No,
where are you looking?
Oh my goodness! FiNESSE equalizes! Stabilizes, and Victor from up top with the ult gets another!
Just a ridiculous moment between the 2 leaders, and Angel's got to be kicking himself. That kill was available, but the flash gets full blind.
2 wise men to 2 blind mice. SUYGETSU and Shao having to try to make a play out of this, and they cannot. FiNESSE with 3 on the round.
I mean, I've got to say, FiNESSE is playing out of his mind. In comparison to the Americas split that he had, it was rough, very rough. And yeah, at times he was a key factor in some of those rounds again, but it's bursts. Overall, the consistency's not been there from FiNESSE. Today, that's a different story.
Yeah, agreed.
Shao going for another save. I mean, 11 round played, no kills, 7 deaths. Shao still not finding ways to find this lockdown. He's got to. It's round 12. He's got to find a way. And his teammates can't give up the site before he gets there. Again, that's the difficulty with this KJ. It's so hard to find useful lockdowns on defense. On attack, it's a different story. On defense, though, it is rough.
In a lot of ways, the slowing down of the attack side from NRG feels to me like they're putting the game, the ball, so to speak, in FiNESSE's hands. In his mid-round calling, in reading the map, reading NAVI.
I mean, you just saw exactly that. And by the way, it's not like these 2 IGLs know the ins and outs of how they call, like we know between the battle from FiNESSE and Sadak.
Sure,
No,
sure.
These 2 guys have only played against each other once here in Valorant. And it's a classic FiNESSE fake. Seekers, Cosmic Divide, they walk up mid. Is Angel aware? Is he calling out the possibility?
There are 3 here. A refresh smoke. SUYGETSU with a lot to do on the other side of the sword, manages to get around the corner just in the nick of time.
Lockdown used, finally Shao.
They're pushing into it anyway. Angel had nowhere to go. ardiis on one side, crashies on the other, and SUYGETSU creeping his way forward at just the right time.
And there, oh, the nade broke it last second.
13 seconds left. Spike's still not planted. Tom finally getting it down. Pays for it with his life, though. Blades for ardiis. Chooses to go with the bullets instead. Turns the flash, lands the shots. Both of them fall. And a 10.
That's asking a lot.
You see the setup trap already. FiNESSE is jump spotting. ardiis is on the other side of ropes. Unexpected there.
Bombot in, and it gets broken before it spots the cross from ardiis. This smoke needs to be refreshed, otherwise Victor's entering the fight too.
They are all here. They've all joined, and it's a 1-for-1.
With
ardiis
Victor showing himself, they might have a gap here, a timing towards B. Obviously, Sam could be there, jump spotting, anything like that, and they did not spot him. They're gonna have to take their time, but we see there is a gap. Can they find it? What?
Yep. Seems like they can. Woo. Victor not finding anything. cNed with 2. FiNESSE trying to find some success here, and all he's finding is damage taken.
How is that guy alive? He's just getting pounded right there.
crashies. Healthy, but turret in his face. FiNESSE not nearly as fortunate
Last player standing.
as he falls.
It's like every second these NRG players peak, they're getting taken out. That first shot from cNed, very,
Much
very
longer.
I mean, speaking of time, NRG's got it all. And they've already won thrifty in this series. Much less weaponry than they had that last time, though. It was stingers, that sort of thing. Sheriff's also invested. Right now, what they've bought indicates they're trying to get damage done. NAVI doing the best NRG impression that they can, though. Dry walking up mid, no util used.
Victor with the nade, nothing spotted yet. That'll confirm things.
Alarm about to clear the smoke, too. Nade not used from Victor.
But FiNESSE does fall. And there's just really nothing that they can do to fight back. That was a flawless round from NRG.
Whether ardiis is going to peek out. And ardiis is very aware of that position. They use a recall smoke to try to get it down, but Angel taking down Sama. ardiis has given up that space.
It's a filthy shot, too.
Oh, dinked as well. Instantly. Only missed out. They're going to re-clear. Look, FiNESSE is already on the hunt. 3 players from NAVI able to receive.
And it's just, oh, it's a bit delayed. But FiNESSE punching back with 2. Paranoia in his face to spam through. It's not going to find anything.
And even if FiNESSE truly did fall back there, that paranoia still would have been a problem for him. Angel punches it through. And up in that close range, there's no way.
Planted.
Up and down he goes. Into the next round.
There we go. Hey, first bonus converted. That is finally.
Victor with the judge. No armor. Full rifles for NAVI.
And remember, when NAVI was in this position in the last half,
I don't think they've checked him.
they were buying up, you know, hero rifles here and there. NRG's not buying anything except this occasional judge here. And definitely a lot of sheriffs. They're trying to get that econ rolling, specifically ardiis. He's got enough money for an op next round. So it's much harder for them to convert these eco rounds, but it's not a focus of NRG's game plans. Outside of Stinger meta, they really haven't made it a focus, even back to the optic core. Yes, their sheriffs are very dangerous, but you're asking a lot still, given how good NAVI have been on those anti-ecos.
A little damage.
Victor's got a pocket.
And he's been there this entire time. The Trailblazer did not spot him. It was cleared by crashies.
He just landed a molly on him. No.
He's still, I mean, he's just sitting there.
I mean, if they come from a heaven, it's not going to be a problem.
Oh, and if they just clean out everyone else on his team before he even gets a chance, it won't be either. And that seems to be the case. Forgot to kill the classic from that far away. 2 bullets left with the Sheriff. Neither fired off. And another
he's
round.
in middle. Nobody there.
He's taking space, though. He's creeping up.
Scout destroyed.
About to find out real soon that that's not where the play is.
Oh,
Victor
God.
once.
Oh, God. Ah, no, not
Oh,
again.
we've seen this twice! And now he's got the showstopper. Victor with a 3rd! In the face of the flash, satcheling to get away, not able to survive. But what a round from NRG! NAVI have 4 ults here. Early pit out from FiNESSE.
I wouldn't be surprised to see instant flash and cNed diving in with the showstopper, but they're not going for it.
And middle map is lost. NRG sent both their duelists up there already.
And something that all the other teams, when there's a single sky on this, they're sending 1 person on the other side of the map and 4 on the other.
Zyppan has 2 flashes right now. What a tense moment. Will they expect him? There's the flash to turn. ardiis dashes away, leaving Victor as the trap.
Another pocket.
It's been sprung. Do they take the bait?
There's no way.
Victor, patient. The flash doesn't hit. And they've crept right by.
Here comes the KJ ult finally. On the attack side, it's up.
Victor
It's
with the
still
chance.
up from FiNESSE. He's not biting. He's not biting at all. He thinks it's a fake.
cNed, the first to fall. You see SUYGETSU
Oh!
concerned about the other side of the map. While NRG get everything that they want. They establish control. They get detains. Victor from up in heaven with 85 HP finds another. And things have gone horribly askew.
Can he get the spike?
Nothing found. NRG series
find
themselves in check. What is the response?
6 attempts here. from NRG.
ardiis looking for an angle. Holding the line with that op with crashies close by. Meanwhile, all of NAVI are mid. FiNESSE is here. Gets one, gets away.
It's falling apart for NRG, or for NAVI.
Almost fell apart for FiNESSE there.
It's completely falling apart. Angel consistently not checking corners. And a lot of times it's NRG with a lot of misdirection. There again, Victor with the nade. He's the guy who's been tucking in cubbies. All right, so they see the nade comes from Male, they back off.
Sam is in a position to, really spoil this. It's Shao with the spike, and he's by himself.
He's been satcheled up there, by the way. And again, you've seen Victor. You don't think this position's possible.
Right.
I'm not sure if they've seen ardiis, but knowing he has an op, there's no way they put him up there. cNed with a showstopper. He's going to be the entry here against Sam.
Oh!
He doesn't see him at all.
No, the gravity wall keeps him back. There it is. They've got them all lined up. It's a 3v2. Shao and SUYGETSU find themselves onto the site with the spike. Reposition, just a temporary delay.
He has to be safe there with the threat of losing this series right now.
Can they get the pieces in the right place? crashies from up top with a flash. ardiis dropping down. It's a spam through the box. Shao's so weak. SUYGETSU falls. It's all onto Shao. 18 HP left. Checkmate.